Microphone's plugged in.
You might be live. Yeah, you're live.
Am I? How have we been live?
I don't know, because this is confusing. I think it says 3 waiting, so.
That's still serious. We've been gaming for years. You can edit one, except one thing. Ordering. Select it.
Yeah, I'm live.
Yeah, we're early.
10 minutes. We're just gonna go with it? Or you want to shut it down and restart? Well, good morning. If you're not quite sure what we're doing here, just go with it. That's all it said. Do we have this microphone? Did you switch microphones? You guys are getting a live view at setup. Going live involves some work, and we're testing out new systems. So we are a little early here. We got people joining already though. Truby Fan is here, 64 Samsky, Bronco Solid, Mike. Good morning. Good morning from Colorado. They are ahead of us. So it's like 10 o'clock there. 10 o'clock? It's probably snowy too. It's cold here. So yeah, we went live a little early unintentionally because we're fiddling with some new live streaming software, and Bronco Sol was helping me out with it, and he was pushing buttons. He's like, I think you're live. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm live. Looks like the audio's okay. Mic is hot now. Hello. Yeah, the quality looks good though. Cheap Solid, just subscribe. There you go. So that'll pop up if we get a new subscriber. So just some fun things. No snow yet. So we have some fun things that'll pop up on this live stream if we get like a super chat or a new subscriber, things like that. There's just fun little settings we can mess with. So being that we're live and we're live early, that's Bronco Solid messing around with some settings. So I'm gonna go inside and grab a paper towel because I'm gonna do some grinding. So I still have a little more prep work to do. I got a paper towel to cover up my coffee for morning coffee. Because as the title says, we're going to do the final reveal on the head gasket here. Got some exciting news. And then also a little welding project we're going to work on PJ, my Project 92YJ. That'll be a fun little thing. But I want to go over this head gasket first, but I don't want to do that too early. So I got to waste, looks like 6 minutes of time, let some people join, because everybody's kind of expecting this to be live at 9 o'clock. So I wanted to talk about the head gasket and do that final reveal when everybody's here. I don't want to do it early, and then people will be joining at 9 o'clock being like, hey, what's going on? What? So in the meantime, I have some scrap metal. I really wanted to do this grinding outside because I don't want Yeah, I can do it over here. I'm just thinking in my little head here how I want to do this. I've got some scrap metal. Some scrap metal here that I need to practice welding on this thicker gauge because what I'm going to weld on PJ here is about this thickness. And I haven't welded this thick before, so I need to test that out beforehand. So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't quite totally ready for you guys, but that's okay. That's what live video is all about. Sometimes it doesn't work out exactly how you're expecting, but that's okay. We're getting all our technical issues figured out. We're using Streamlabs, and we're just kind of learning that software. So I will have to check in with Bronco Solid and see when he hit go live. So I'm still not clear if when he hit go live in Streamlabs, if that set us live. I thought that just sends the feed over to YouTube, but YouTube was, I thought, scheduled for 9 o'clock. No, you scheduled it in Streamlabs. Yeah, it gets confusing. Anyways, I'm going to clean up a little bit of metal here so I can weld this in a few minutes. We still have 4 minutes to kill. We do have people joining here. Mike's here. Benedict is here. Germany, 1800. An evening show for you. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, that was rough, but oh well, it's live. Yeah, we got it done. I'm just going to do this right down here. We're just doing a little metal prep real quick because we're not quite ready to be live, but we are live, so we're just going with it. I just want to clean this up a little bit. Loud noise here. Turn your volume down. Grinder coming. That'll work. Just had to clean that metal up. How close are we to 9 o'clock now? 9:59. We got 20 people. People are starting to join. That's awesome. Those of you that are here not knowing what's going on, we started a little early on accident because we're learning new streaming software. And we accidentally put it live early. But that's okay, so we just went with it. We are doing a few things this morning. I got the final is 9 o'clock. We can start. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Jeep Solid Garage. So yeah, we've been streaming for a little bit here. We've got people joining. Let's see, Bill, Jean-Pierre, Mark, Benedict, Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Made it. Howdy, y'all. Pine Meadow Hobby Farm. Good channel. Yeah, check him out as well. So, yeah, like I mentioned, for those of you that are just joining, we're learning some new streaming software. So this live stream got started a little bit early on accident because we were checking out settings. We left off on the 94 YJ with the blown head gasket. Yeah, I guess that's fine. The 94 YJ with the blown head gasket, getting it all back together. When we left off last on the last live stream, we had put the manifold, got all that back in, alternator, belt, power steering pump. I think we did all of that. Last thing to go was fill it with coolant and we'll put the thermostat on. Final thing was thermostat and fill it with coolant. Well, let me show you something real quick. Real quick, like. Let's see my. There we go. Sorry, just looking at camera angles and stuff. Let's try something here. Woo! Look at that! It's fixed! So this last week I spent a little time because I had live streamed enough of doing the head gasket on this, so I did the final bit of putting the thermostat on, filling it up with coolant, burping it and all that. Runs great now, no issues, drives perfect. It was running so rough earlier, so super excited about that. My Jeep is back up and running on the road, ready for spring, so I can take the top off, run around town. That will be a lot of fun. Right now, I'm gonna back this guy out of the shop. So this is where the live stream was supposed to start. Oh, listen to that. So good. Sounds like my old Jeep. The good old inline six. So close the hood real quick. That'll do. So there we go. That's super exciting. The 94 YJ is back in action. I'm real happy about that. Real happy with how the head gasket went. That I mean, it took me a while because I was doing it all live, which doing it live makes it take longer because you got cameras, you got lighting. I'm chatting with you guys the whole time, so 94 YJ is up and running. Yay! I'm just letting the exhaust kind of blow out of here real quick before I close the garage back up. Just get a little airflow through here. So that's the end of the head gasket. But now we're going to move on to PJ over here, and we are going to do a quick little welding project. Which I gotta move the camera for. I'm gonna move you guys. Go ahead and close up the garage door here. I need a wireless webcam. This works. How's that? That's okay. So PJ here, we've got a welding issue. Let me show you guys. Let me get it up on a jack stand here real quick and show you guys what we need to weld. And we'll give it a shot together. We've got 22 concurrent viewers, 7 likes. We're doing good. Get my big old jack stand here. Let's see. We're going to take the wheel off. I'm going to get this up high enough, that I can take the wheel off and let the axle hang down. Actually, I want to go under that part. Yeah, that'll be okay. Just getting this up to where I can work on it. Yeah, I don't like this cardboard here. That's gonna have to move. Just seems like welding with cardboard right there would be a bad idea. Go. I'm going to get a second jack stand because when it comes to lifting vehicles and using jack stands, yada yada, I like to be redundant. More than one. Read about too many injuries. Where's that going to sit? Right there. Just looking for a good place to put this. I guess I'll get a smaller one. Then we'll go under the axle as our backup. There we go. I got a second jack stand in place because I don't want to get crushed under a vehicle ever in my life, so be careful. Grab my coffee. So we can buzz the, hey, Sash? Yeah. Here, can you warm this up for me? Just like 22 seconds would be perfect. 22. All right, let's buzz this wheel off so we can look at what we're gonna weld. It's kind of neat. I can see like my stats up there, how we're doing. So it's kind of fun. We did have the live chat up there at one point, but it was giant. But we'll get that figured out. Is this 3/4? No. 13/16. So I've got a broken part here. You guys might remember. Loud noise. I'm not going to deliver. Thank you. I got water in the wheel. Okay, let's look at what we're going to be fixing. Might be a little challenging with this camera. Turn my other light over here. See how this does in low light. If you guys remember from previous videos, there's the floor. Right back here where the track bar, that little cross member. Not sure how well you guys can see that. I'll get a light on it here in a second. Let me just move these tools. And oh yeah, lighting's actually not bad. I'm looking on my tablet here at the same time. So this is the idea of the 2-camera setup that we're looking into. So I can have one camera that's more of a general view, and then another camera that I can bring in for close-ups and whatnot. Just wanted to show you guys exactly what we're doing here. Yeah, that looks, looking on my tablet here to see what you guys see. It's almost better without the flashlight, huh? But anyways, if you can see that right there, so this is cracked all the way across right here. Oh yeah, you can, yeah, that's almost too bright. There we go. So this is cracked all the way across right here. And that's gonna, just a good beginner welding project, because my motto on my welding right now is don't make it worse. It looks like that crack comes across here a little bit too. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but there's just a bunch of bird poop welding that somebody had previously done all over here. Like, I am not a expert welder by any means, but even as a beginner welder, I can tell that that's that's a novice weld job there. Just like this is going to be. This is going to be a novice weld job too. I don't think, yeah, there's that rubber boot back behind here, but there's metal in between it and where I'm going to be welding. I don't want to burn holes into that. I don't really have like a small welding towel. I mean, I want to protect that. I don't want to burn it. I need like a little towel, like a little welding blanket to lay there. But not a blanket, just a dish rag. Something that size. So that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to try to fix that up this morning. Just kind of see how that goes. Beginner welding skills. But before we do that, I'm going to do a little welding practice with some material that's about the same thickness. Where am I going to plug my old welder in? I guess over there. So I've got this MIG 140, nice little machine. And yeah, it's actually a Harbor Freight welder. Right from the I did a lot of welder research before I started, and from the research I did, a welder like this for a hobbyist, this is a great beginner welder, and it'll do everything I need it to do. So good investment at a good price. All of the reviews I read on it were just excellent. Had people comparing multiple machines, and they're like, you know what? That Harbor Freight welder, it actually does really well. So we're just setting up here to try our hand at welding again. So that's why at the very beginning, why I was cleaning these guys up. This is a similar thickness to that bracket down there that I need to weld. So I'm just going to, I got a little, where it was cut off right there, a little gap, but that's fine. I think this is a good simulation of that crack though. I'm just going to weld these pieces together. I'll probably run a bead on here just to practice initially. But the settings on this, that's what we need to fiddle with. So I'm using a 030 wire. And if you are a welding expert out there, I would love your input. So I'm using 030 wire. What's the model? Thinking of doing the same. This is it's the Harbor Freight MIG 140 titanium. And yeah, like I said, I watched multiple reviews and evaluations of different welders and reviews of this titanium by people that are expert welders. Definitely not me. And they all said this is an excellent little machine for the price. And for hobbyists like me that, I'm not welding all day, I'm just doing little projects here and there, this thing will work just perfect. I prefer the MiG 17, okay. Oh wait, we're talking about fighter planes? I was inverted. What's the model? Thinking of doing the same. Okay. So this has, on the chart here, so we use an 030 wire with argon CO2 gas, 030. Crank it up, so 1/8 inch thick, which this is, how thick is this metal? Because my thought is we're going to have to crank this up. But yeah, this is just over 1/8. And this will weld thicker metals, but I'm getting too much over there. I guess that's fine. This will weld thicker metals, but I need to adjust the amperage and all that. So solid wire, argon CO2, 030, 1/8 inch. So we want our wire speed up at 260. It looks like 275 is as high as it'll go. So 260 is cranked up there. 260, 18.5 voltage. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It'll go up to 22. That's our heat. But it is saying to start at 18.5, so we will do that. 18.5. You guys can't see this at all, can you? And then our inductance. Inductance. Yeah, it's always like 5 to 10, so I leave that at 7.5. It's like 5 to 10. I'm like, okay, let's go right in the middle. 260, 18.5. Gas is on, grounded. I need that just moved over the skosh. Gas is on, the gas is set at the right CFM. Take off those gloves, get some of this garbage out of the way. And we will we'll run a practice bead here real quick to see how this goes after we get a sip of coffee. I'm going to set my coffee. Let's see, inverted. Was thinking of doing the same. There's a merchandise store. It's supposed to be displaying now, but it's not. Yeah, work on that. What are you doing? Let's see a quick curl set with those weights over there. Yeah, you know, I worked out yesterday. Didn't do it today. But this is my curl set. Ah! All right, just for you. Ah! Yeah, there we go. Okay, back at it. My jacket. So because I'm new at welding, I got to think about all the stuff individually. You know, welding in a safe spot, make sure the welder's set up properly. Make sure I got the proper clothing on. Make sure I'm not going to catch anything on fire. Where's my microphone at? It's on my lapel. I think that's okay. I'll move it up on the jacket here. YouTube live stream. The struggles of live. There we go. That'll work. And yeah, you'll see a lot of guys, they'll weld with a t-shirt and shorts on and flip-flops. And here I am, you know, I've got this jacket on, leather boots, this, and my jacket. This is a welding jacket, has like a high neck. I don't recommend, like those guys, they're experts and very good at what they do. And they can they can weld circles around me. But I don't want to end up with skin cancer because of the ultraviolet light that welding puts off. And I wear a mask because I don't want to end up with lung cancer. So like, yeah, those guys are just amazing what they do. But use some safety precautions. Because yeah, it's not, like you could weld without any of this gear on. But yeah, you can also get skin cancer. And then 15 years down the road, you got skin cancer. What? How did that happen? Well, remember all those years that you were da-da-da? No. So yeah, just use the precautions. This is some welding goo I'm putting on here. what's it called? It's like tip nozzle gel. It's supposed to just help keep spatter and stuff off your nozzle. Yeah, the stick out there is okay. So yeah, that's my little lecture on just using safety gear. Mask is going on because it does produce toxic fumes. Verify that it's me. Sorry, Bronco Solid's doing something on my... He's fiddling with my computer while we do this. Something's poking me in my eye. There we go. My strap seems backwards. There we go. There we go. Okay, but my welding skills have, believe it or not, gotten a lot better from where I used to be. Freezing off-road. Hey, Dale. Hey, freezing off-road. Bodies by Dale. What just happened? Dale's unnaturally strong. Freak weirdo level. All right. I want to sit down. Oh, the last piece of gear I need. My helmet's a little loose. Last piece of gear. I've also heard where they say wear glasses under your helmet because little things can shoot around your helmet as well. So there we go. We are fully protected. Ready to go. So we're going to do a couple of practice runs. Try welding this, then we'll try welding this together, then we'll get down there and work on PJ and weld him up. But before we do that, I wanted to try this out. I'm grounded. Oh yeah, I need to run a little gas through the line here. Forgot about that. I'm not exactly sure how long you have to do that. Enough to fill the line. Hopefully that's enough. And let's get started. Sounds pretty good. I don't think those settings are half bad. I'm getting penetration. I can try welding these guys together. What do you say? The weld looks decent. I mean, it's not mounted up. I can see the penetration on the back. So yeah, welding 1/8" material, not bad. Let's tack these together. Not perfect, but that'll work. So, need a pointer. I mean, yeah, I got a gap up here, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of weld over that, see how it goes. But I'm going to weld along this seam right here. Just see if I can run a nice bead. This will be good. Because it's not perfect. And honestly, I kind of wanted it not perfect so that I could practice welding uneven stuff. Yeah, the backside, little gouge out of it there. That's okay. Let's figure out how we want to weld that. The other thing you have to practice is welding at weird angles. But we'll try running a bead down there and see how it goes. Kind of started sputtering on us there a bit. Maybe I was going too slow. The first half was really good. The second half, it's kind of mounded up a bit. Let me bring you guys in to see here. Hopefully you can see that. So, let me look on my tablet real quick, see the view you guys are seeing. Yeah, it's okay. So if you could hear the difference, So this here is like laying down nicely. It's almost too low right here. This is kind of mounted up too much. That's where it was really starting to sputter, almost like too much wire speed, or I was going too slow right there. Not sure which one. Back here, I'm happy with how that looks. That's really good. I think, speaking as a complete amateur, what do you guys think? See if I got any comments on those welds. Let's see, it's an axle mount. No, there's a track bar that goes across there. Practicing before welding on Jeep. Oh, Bill was wondering what's going on. Sounds like bacon. Good morning, afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. You need to go more slow. If I go more slow, I need to reduce the wire speed, I think. Because I got too much mounting up here. I could try that. I could try less. Because, yeah, it's mounted up too much there. Let's try reducing the wire speed a little bit. Let's try 245. We'll give it another run real quick and see how it looks. I'll try going a little slower. We'll try to do this without burning anything up. Oh, okay. All right, we took the wire speed from 260 down to 245. Let's run another little pass and we'll just see how it looks here. Yeah, looking pretty good. Woo, boy, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. I think that'll do, though. Let me bring you guys in for a close-up. So the second one here, reduce the wire speed. Reduce the wire speed from 260 down to 245. Not bad. That's a decent looking weld for a complete amateur. So let's clean up this mount down here. I gotta grind some of that rust off. A little fresh air in. Grind a little bit of that rust off, and then we can start grinding. Start welding. How do I protect that rubber boot? Do I need to protect that rubber boot? Worst case scenario, I melt my rubber boot on my shock a little bit. Not the end of the world, but I prefer not to. Do I have a piece of scrap metal? I do. Will it fit in there? No, it won't. I got a big old piece over here somewhere. This is thick. What do you guys think? I need to protect that rubber boot. This is a big piece of metal. There we go. That'll keep any of the shrapnel from hitting that rubber boot and melting it. I gotta clean that up though. So that means grinder time, or wire wheel. I'll use a wet rag. That's a good idea. Put a piece of cardboard. Do welders do that? Do they use cardboard? Seems like it would catch on fire. I'm just setting up my wire wheel so that I can clean that off, and we'll try welding it. Looking for somewhere to put my ground. Let's see here. Just moving the welder a little closer. There we go. And our ground. You guys see what's going on here? Yeah, you can. That's a bad ground right there. I'll give it up there. Yeah, right there is a good spot. I think that's a good ground. That's all cleaned off. And talk about welding at funny angles, that's what we get to practice. This is the perfect project for this, because as you guys know, my motto is don't make it worse. a lot of projects I work on, that's my goal. Don't make it worse. Let's finish getting dressed here. Get the welding helmet on. Okay, I got my eyes, mask, gloves. I think we're ready to weld. I like those settings, 245 on the wire speed, 18.5 on the heat, on the volts, inductance, 7.5. That's what they always say, right in the middle. I guess I'll start back there and work towards me, because that's just going to be easier for me to do. Give it a shot, hopefully something doesn't catch on fire here. All right. Not horrible. Let me get wet rag here. I forgot that's what welders do. Do you guys have class? Oh, okay. Let's cool this off a little bit. Didn't catch anything on fire, that's good. Gosh, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna take a closer look. I'll bring you guys in closer too. I'm gonna open up the garage door, it stinks in here. Put my gloves on in case I inadvertently touch something I'm not supposed to. Okay, totally open to critiquing my weld here. But if you remember previously, there's a big old crack across there. I wish I could zoom in with this camera. That is one detriment, one problem. How's that look? I'm kind of checking on my tablet here at the same time, see what you guys see. Yeah, it looks okay. But anyways, the weld, let's put a little light on it. I wonder if that'll help. Or just make it worse. Let's see, there's with some light. Yeah, it's okay. But I'm pretty happy with that. That looks decent. I mean, not to brag, but the bird poop they had on up here before versus mine. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I am pleased with that. So that goes up here to this track bar, goes across to the frame on the other side. And yeah, the down below the shock, there's a shock mount on the bottom, but overall, not bad. I'll pull you guys back out here. Are you out of cereal? That's kind of fun. Welding is fun. That's just kind of cool. I'm brand new at it. I've never welded before, but it was always something I wanted to learn to do. Because little stuff like that, like, oh, there's a crack on this bracket, or I just need to weld these two little pieces of metal together, like I've run into that so many little times. And now to be able to do that myself, that's awesome. I'm excited about that. So I'll have more projects. I still don't quite have the skill yet for like building bumpers and rock sliders, fender flares, all that kind of stuff. But if I keep at it, I think I'll be able to develop the skills to be able to actually do a halfway decent job. Let's see, wet rag is not going to do nothing. Welders use wet rags though. I don't know why. Nice leaf spring. Yep, cardboard will catch on fire. That's what I was wondering. It won't. Let's see. I'm going to go back here a little bit. More cowbell. You need more slow. And more cowbell. Better than me. Freezing off-road. I would like to see a strength test. All right. My strength isn't quite as what it was at my peak, but what was my peak bench press? I should have written it down. I want to say it was like 260 or something. It wasn't quite double my body weight, but I put a piece of cardboard in front of it. I would just use a wet rag, Bill Flint said, if I'm not there. Oh, you mean an actual wet rag. I'm more of a wet blanket. Gotcha. It won't. Cardboard won't catch on fire. How's it going? About to break ground on my YJ, starting with a simple 2.5-inch lift. Awesome. Is this your first like big project? That's from Southern Ginger. Southern Ginger Workshop. You're not going to melt it unless you're welding on the shock. Okay, I just wasn't sure if there's like splatter that would melt it. Nice leaf spring. Yep, brand new. Cardboard will catch on fire. Yeah, definitely a nice leaf spring there. Old school. Wood will catch on fire. It's brand new too. A nice cardboard fire illuminates the workspace. Yep. A wet LOL, a wet rag is not going to do nothing. Raoul. I've seen other welders do that though, and I don't know, maybe it cools it down a little bit quicker, sure. But I don't know, it's something some welders do, and maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. So it's something, nothing, or something. Watch your camera lens too close. Melt the camera, yeah, I can see that. Ain't no one talking to you. I mean, are you really welding your Jeep if you don't catch something on fire? Dale, talking through a welding mask is like watching old Peanuts movies. Looks good. Thank you, Josh. That piece is supposed to look like spaghetti. Well, it does. We achieved that. Spaghetti squash. Cut a whole blanket off and make a new one. Wool works great. Weld. Weld looks great. Oh, yes. Thank you, Josh. Not you, the weld. 265. We're at 245. Yeah, I need some welding blankets. I think they sell those at Harbor Freights too. But I don't know how big they are, but you take like a whole welding blanket, then you can put it over, You know, if you're welding something up here and you don't want to catch your seat on fire, you know, lay it over your seat and so you can weld. But then I need some smaller ones for little things like that. I need just like some dish towel sizes to lay over rubber parts or brake lines, things I don't want to melt. But yeah, this weld, gosh, I am pleased with that. I'm honestly a little surprised that it turned out halfway decent. Huh. That's cool. Anybody else? How many have we got concurrent viewers right now? We got 37 concurrent viewers. We've been on for a little over an hour, about an hour, because we started early. Do you like underglow? I did. Good job. Did you like underglow? I did. What's underglow? I don't know what that is. Let me show you guys one more time that weld now that it's cooled off. Not that cooling it changes anything. But just that I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Not bad for beginner welder. I will take it. That gives me, it gives me confidence to do other jobs. Let me hit that with a little bit of paint. Because, you know, I wouldn't want that one little spot to rust. Heaven forbid I got rust on my Jeep. That'd be just terrible. Kind of my habit, though, is whenever I work on something like that, I like to hit it with a little coating of something just to, so I know it's not going to rust anymore. Let's see, I've got some good matte black here. This will work. So if I can keep it up, keep doing little jobs like that, I'll be pretty happy with learning to weld. And the more I do it, yeah, the more fun it gets. Because you just get happy with the outcome. You get better and better at it. There. Now my fancy little weld won't rust. We can turn off the welder, get some things back in place. One thing on my welder, which I always need to remember to do, is bleed the gas out when I'm done. Oh yeah, that's right, turn the gas off. I was thinking of the order here. Turn the gas off. With the welder on, bleed it out. There we go. Just so that the line doesn't hold pressure in it. I can turn the welder off, let it cool down. So you turn the welder off, and you're like, what? It stays on. Yeah, it stays on for 15, 20 seconds while it does some shutdown or cool down procedure. I don't know. It runs for like another 20 seconds after you, I think it's the fan. The fan's still running for a little bit longer. That's awesome. Gosh, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Maybe I'm like so pleased and a little shocked because I was totally prepared for it to be just a disaster. Like, oh, that's horrible. Maybe starting out by doing you guys saw my video last Friday where I did the body work on this, you know, that was not easy. Body work is pretty technical. Where's my fancy gloves? My fancy gloves. Here they are. So I think like doing the body work really helped me think about, maybe I painted that too early. I wonder if it was still too hot. But doing the body work really helped me learn about adjusting settings and stuff. Actually, the paint I used on there, those high heat paint, so hopefully we're good. Let's get the wheel back on here. That's why I keep talking about how I'm happy with how that, so happy with how that turned out, because I was prepared for it to be terrible. But gosh, yeah. I think I can say, like, yeah, I can weld. I'm a beginner, but I can do it. Having the piece of, and yeah, turning that down from 260, who was it that said that? 260 down to 245. That was a much better spot. Too much wire speed. Let's get our wheel back on. I need to create a new thumbnail for this video. And you are not supposed to use you are not supposed to use this to put lug nuts back on. Don't do this. But I've used this thing a ton. I know how it feels. And I'm not tightening these down. I'm just spinning them down. And as soon as I run into resistance of where it's tight, I'm going to stop and then torque it properly. With the impact driver, you're not supposed to put lug nuts on. You can take them off. See, this helps me spin them down quicker. And I've learned to be gentle with it. Go. Now we can take it off the jack stands and torque those. Are we off the jack stand? Yes, we are. And let's torque this guy down properly. We will buzz it down to 100 foot-pounds. Nice digital torque wrench. I use this to do the head gasket on my other project, so yeah, doing the head gasket, we ran into a few issues. But we got it done and it worked out good. Oh, this is 1/2 inch already. Do I need... Yeah, see, some of these are still really loose. There we go. Back the torque wrench off because you're not supposed to leave it. Store it under pressure or tension. So we'll back it off to the end. There we go. Let me check the chat one more time here. See what's going on with you guys. Let's see, I'm going to back up on the chat here. Good job, thank you. Jean Pierre. Josh Lee, thumbs up. Overall, a lot of things, really any type of heavy cotton. Yeah, I'm going to look for some of those welding blankets. I saw 15 cars and trucks pulled over getting tickets for driving on the road with underglow on. Oh, you're talking underglow lights? That's dumb. Why would you get a ticket for that? Friesen, sorry, I picked up some rock lights on my XJ on my channel. Don't know if you saw that. Underglow rock lights. I'll have to check that out. That sounds cool. No rust on a 29-year-old Jeep. I thought you were referring to the potential fire under the Jeep. Brush it down and protect it now. I have 0 rust on mine. Mine too. Yeah, finding these old YJs without rust is a hard thing to do. I just did rust prevention on mine. That was Josh. Juan Pierre. I have installed new track bar for my Wrangler TJ. Nice. Lots of wire brushing and rubber undercoating. Yeah, I've heard you got to be careful with the rubber undercoating. If you do a good job and get it to seal good, I think you're fine, but I've seen other videos where people talk about disasters of, like, if you get any cracks or anything in your undercoating and then water gets up on top of it and just sits there, then the undercoating like holds it against the metal and just doesn't ever let it dry out. Coming soon, Jeep Solid merchandise links and some promo codes to use during the live streams. Yep. Eventually, once we figure out this live streaming app a little bit better, or the software, the body looked good. Thank you, Bill. You weren't in focus, it seems, and that you went in focused, it seems, and that helps. Yes, it does. Thank you for the video. Good job. You're welcome, Friesen. So I'm going to end it there, and I will catch you guys on Friday's video. What am I releasing on Friday? I got a couple videos ready. Honestly, I'm not sure which one I'm going to post on Friday, though. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Glad this project went well. We got my other 94 YJ is up and running. Engine sounds great, so we're doing good. Next week's live stream, that'll be a surprise. Be sure to stay tuned. But otherwise, I will see you guys on Friday. I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys and have a good day.